Hey everyone! Welcome back to Trove, your daily hub for the biggest stories, wildest leaks, and exclusive insider scoops from the tech universe. And today's news is huge. Because if the latest reports are true, Samsung's upcoming Galaxy S26 lineup might be officially delayed. And this could completely rewrite Samsung's 2026 flagship strategy. So, if you've been counting the days until the next Galaxy Ultra drops, or wondering why Samsung's been unusually quiet lately, buckle up. Because the truth behind this delay is far more dramatic than anyone expected. Samsung Galaxy S26 officially delayed? According to multiple insiders, the Samsung Galaxy S26 series has been pushed back to March 2026, breaking the company's long-standing January release tradition. For years, Samsung has used those early January launches to dominate the Android scene, basically setting the tone for the entire smartphone year. But this time the rhythms changed. Initially, this sounded like a small rumor, one leaker saying maybe March. But now, even Ice Universe, one of the most reliable Samsung insiders, has doubled down, confirming the Galaxy S26 lineup is officially postponed. And that's not all. Setsuna Digital and even Phone Arena have backed it up, suggesting Samsung might be restructuring its entire production roadmap. So naturally, the question is, why now? Why delay what should be the company's biggest release of the decade? The real reason behind the delay, here's the inside scoop. Sources close to Samsung's supply chain claim that the Galaxy S26 series is undergoing a full strategic redesign, both in product positioning and in hardware. Apparently, Samsung has decided to kill off the Galaxy S26 Edge due to underwhelming sales of the S25 Edge. In its place, they're building an all-new Galaxy S26 Plus, a model that bridges the gap between the base and Ultra versions. Sounds simple, right? But this one decision changes everything, from factory calibration and marketing material to software optimization and packaging timelines. That kind of shift doesn't happen overnight, but that's just the start of the shakeup. Name chaos and chipset confusion behind the scenes. Samsung's branding team is struggling to finalize the naming convention for the base model. Earlier, leaks hinted at something bold, maybe calling it the Galaxy S26 Pro to align with Apple's iPhone Pro naming structure. But as of now, that idea seems scrapped. Then comes the bigger headache, the chip war. As you know, Samsung uses two types of processors in its flagships: Qualcomm Snapdragon in most Western markets, and its own Exynos chips in select regions. This year, though, Samsung's apparently split. Do they double down on the new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, or do they bring back their homegrown Exynos 2600? Which early benchmarks suggest is shockingly powerful. Recent tests reportedly show the Exynos 2600, built on Samsung's new 2nm process, matching or even outperforming the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 in AI tasks, graphics rendering, and battery efficiency. If that's true, it could mark the biggest comeback in Samsung's silicon history. And maybe the reason for the delay: perfecting this chip's mass production. Galaxy S26, what to expect even with the delay. Leaks have painted a vivid picture of what's coming. The Galaxy S26 is expected to feature a 6.7-inch OLED display, a 4300 mAh battery, and a larger primary camera sensor for drastically improved low-light performance. Every model in the lineup, from the base to the Ultra, will likely ship with Android 16 running One UI 7.5. With deeper Galaxy AI features and tighter integration with Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, Watch 7 Ultra, and even the Galaxy Ring. And yes, Samsung is experimenting with silicon carbon batteries, which could finally deliver faster charging and higher energy density, potentially hitting 60W charging speeds for the first time. Galaxy S26 Ultra, the flagship evolution. Now let's talk about the big one, the Galaxy S26 Ultra. This is where Samsung's biggest visual overhaul is happening. Leaks show a sleeker, curved design with rounder corners and a slightly raised camera platform, giving it a more refined, polished feel, almost like a hybrid between the S24 Ultra and Note 20 Ultra. But here's the shocker. Multiple insiders say Samsung might remove the S Pen from the Ultra. Why? Because Samsung is reportedly adding new Qi2 wireless charging coils and a larger vapor cooling chamber inside. That means better heat management, faster wireless charging, and a step toward Apple's upcoming MagSafe-like ecosystem. And this redesign might also make way for one of the most anticipated features ever, an under-display selfie camera, completely eliminating the punch hole design. Imagine a truly uninterrupted display. No notch, no cutout, just pure glass and pixels. Camera system. Familiar but sharper. The quad camera system remains largely similar to the S25 Ultra, but it's not standing still. Expect 200 nanometer main sensor with a new variable aperture, 50 megapixel ultra-wide for wider dynamic range, 50 megapixel telephoto with 5x optical zoom, 10 megapixel, 3x optical lens for portraits. The 12-MP front shooter remains, but with improved AI tuning for sharper portraits, faster autofocus, and true-to-life color balance. Samsung's also rumored to include a Pro Video AI suite, allowing cinematic depth control and real-time HDR, something Apple has been pushing heavily in its iPhones. Performance and battery upgrades inside. The Galaxy S26 Ultra will reportedly pack the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 or Exynos 2600 in select markets, paired with 12GB or 16GB of LPDDR5X RAM and up to 1TB of storage. Battery life should see a major leap thanks to Samsung's AI-based power optimization and improved heat management. The 5000 mAh cell might last as long as a 5500 mAh battery due to the new efficiency cores in both chips. And with 60W fast charging, you're looking at 0-50% in under 25 minutes, something US users have been begging for, especially when competing against brands like OnePlus and Xiaomi. Display brilliance, Samsung's secret weapon. Samsung's display division is reportedly pulling out all stops. The S26 Ultra could debut a 6.9-inch M14 OLED panel with color-on encapsulation tech, boosting brightness up to 3000 nits while improving contrast by 20%. There's also talk of a FlexMagic Pixel privacy mode, letting you instantly dim the screen from certain angles in public, a game changer for commuters and travelers. Add a thinner frame, symmetrical bezels, and tougher armor aluminum Gen 3, and this might just be the best-looking Ultra ever. Exynos 2600 versus Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. The showdown, here's the real battle. Early reports show the Exynos 2600's 2nm architecture gives it 18% better efficiency, 12% faster GPU rendering, and a whopping 30% AI boost. If this holds up, Samsung might finally be ready to go global with its own chip, a move that could save billions in licensing and establish Samsung as a full end-to-end technology brand again. This isn't just about specs, and it's about identity. For years, critics have said Samsung's flagships are just hardware shells around Qualcomm and Android. But now, with the Exynos 2600, Samsung might finally reclaim its place as a true innovator, standing toe-to-toe with Apple's A19 Pro and Google's Tensor G5. What this means for Samsung's future. This delay, as frustrating as it sounds, could be the smartest strategic move Samsung's made in years. By pushing the launch to March, they're avoiding January's crowded window, giving themselves more time to polish, optimize, and market the device globally. And by then, Apple's iPhone 17 Pro Max will already be 6 months old, meaning Samsung can swoop in with fresh hype and a stronger product. If the Galaxy S26 Ultra delivers everything it promises, a sleeker body, a next-gen Exynos, a truly all-screen design, this could be Samsung's most revolutionary flagship since the Galaxy S10.